Michael, what did they play? We're going to get into that in a second. We're going to listen to a little more Break Free. Oh, there's Buddy. They didn't play Sugar Will, but oh, that would have been dope. Oh, there them keys go. Yeah, hopefully they'll have the tapers versions of this up soon. But there's a couple video periscopes. All right, so it's your boy ConcertViz34. Just wanted to play a little bit of Break Free. Shout out to Heather Chambers Allaire. This is coming from DMB Family. She literally just posted this. But just wanted to give people a taste if you are just tuning in. If it's overnight, this is 1:34 a.m. Eastern time. If you're watching this in the morning of November 28th or after this, thank you guys for watching. But what a first show of the DMB Fall Tour 2018. And I've had my opinions about tickets, about the whole process this year. But when the music comes, when everyone is playing music instead of being on Twitter, you know, Stefan gets off his Twitter fingers about politics and is on his bass fingers about playing music. It's a beautiful thing. But this show, speaking of, it's at The Ohio State University, Value City Arena in Columbus, Ohio. We look at the Ohio State Buckeyes football team, and they're looking to be in the college football playoff. This set list would make a Final Four for this year of the Dave Matthews Band set list playoff. Amazing show. I'll run through it real quick and then point out some highlights. But for those of you who may not have seen this first show, we get You Never Know, Satellite, Don't Drink the Water, Samurai Cop, Kill the King, Say Goodbye, Dancing Nancy's, Again and Again, What Would You Say, Where Are You Going, Sweet Emotions, Minarets, Sleep to Dream Her, Gray Street, Here On Out, Funny the Way It Is, She, Jimmy Thing, with the Sexy MF partial, Break Free, PNP Rapunzel. What a set, 2018 to get that set is amazing on a bunch of different levels. The first being that when we go to 2012, I went to the winter tour in 2012, Mohegan, these winter shows the year of an album are typically going to have a lot of that current album. East Rutherford, New Jersey, 2012, we have the first time the band plays an entire album in one show, which was Away from the World. But this show only has 4 Come Tomorrow songs, same amount of Come Tomorrow as we have Under the Table Dreaming, 4 from each album respectively, 3 Before These Crowded Streets, 3 Busted Stuff, 2 unreleased, 1 Remember Two Things, 1 Crash, 1 Everyday, 1 cover song, and one Big Whiskey. And Michael, yeah, Buddy is sounding great, and this is no knock to Butch, because he is an amazing player as well. Outside of some solo stuff I don't like from him, I like him on fills. If you listen to the track I just played, the Break Free from this past night, he sounds great, and he can play fast. Shout out to Typical DMB. He made this point on a podcast, but Buddy's playing, it fits this band in 2018. And yet again, the first night you see him just on Break Free, and I got to listen to some of the other stuff when more audio comes out. But that's what Buddy is really coming along and helping this band evolve post Boyd. We'll see what happens with the violin, but right now we don't have a violin, but we have Buddy Strong. And Buddy Strong is the best of the Lovely Ladies minus the annoying extra stuff. He's got the soul of the Lovely Ladies. He has the keyboard on point. And, I mean, he's one of the MVPs of this year. But a couple of highlights. To me, one of the biggest things from this show, the first You Never Know opener ever. Shout out to DMB Almanac getting that up on social media very quick that they were able to point out, okay, this is the first time You Never Know it was ever opened. And it's a song that it's opened a lot of my jogs, just to be honest. Going and I run, I got my Hartford Marathon shirt from last year, running the full 26.2. When I'm running and I'm training for a long distance run, you never know, I'll wake up at 7 a.m., get on the road at 7:15 as far as jogging, and You Never Know is always is one of those songs at the beginning of my list. Awesome that it opened up. We have a Kill the King. We have, while these have been played, in recent years, Say Goodbye and Nancy's go back to back. And let's just look at the beginning of this show. You have You Never Know. Then you have Satellite, so you can actually go to the bathroom. But You Never Know, Satellite, Don't Drink the Water, Samurai Cop, Kill the King, Say Goodbye, Dancing Nancy's. What a great run. And then again and again after that. I love that song. Some people don't, but I love that song. And then What Would You Say? The first 9 songs are just, and then you can add Where Are You Going? That's 10, Sweet Emotions, 11, I mean, you could just keep going. Some great runs to start off this show. That's a highlight. Sweet Emotion and Sleep to Dream Her are 2 songs that aren't played often by DMB, and you get them in the middle of your show. That's awesome. And then you have a Gray Street and Here On Out, which, yeah, these were played a lot recently in the summer tour, but these were 2 great songs. And Michael Loves Again and Again. Yeah, it has that groove in it. And with Buddy, with the band now, Dave can focus on the singing live. He doesn't play his guitar. He sings, and it just gives his singing on point. You have Buddy on the keys. You have the Tim's guitar is amazing on Again and Again. So you have a great beginning of this. And then here is where this is what's been lacking from the band this year. The encores have been pretty weak. Not going to lie. The encores have been pretty weak. We have a Break Free in the encore, which I just played. That, to me, is one of the highlights, just to have an encore night in one spot. We don't have another Sister. We don't have another, drawn-out song that we don't really care as much about now. SPAC Night 2, we had a number 40, which was dope. I was there. But, I mean, to have Break Free as the night 1, encore 1 spot was a treat to have that out there. And then a PNP to Rapunzel there to send everyone home excited about that encore. Again, I wasn't there. I'm hearing, shout out to Shut Up, I Love You. Right, Crush, yeah, so the Again and Again has a Crush-esque groove. And yeah, the chorus is just, it flows, it kills, yeah. So, but shout out to Shut Up, I Love You. It's I think it's Dave and Rachel. I know Dave is the male part. I'm not looking at my notes, but Dave and Rachel, they're amazing. They took over the Typical DMB Twitter. So check out at Typical DMB, at Shut Up, I Love You. I'll post it below. But check out their content. They were at the show and they live streamed the beginning. Other people were live streaming the middle. And then again, people on social media, DMB family, folks putting up stuff today so I can listen to this at 1 in the morning here and record this video really early in the early morning hours of November 28th. But just people put up stuff so I could kind of hear it. I wasn't at the show, but just from listening to the stuff, it sounds on point. Buddy sounds great. The whole band sounds great. Now, a couple things. Controversy. This is more DMB family. Little controversy because someone tipped off that Sweet Emotion was sound checked. People are mad. Oh, you're ruining the show for me. You're ruining. Oh, not on my lawn. Not on my lawn. Angry man yells at a cloud. Like, people were upset. But to me, in 2018, please snitch, okay? You can snitch and tell me. If you have access to an arena, you have a friend who works at Mohegan Sun, works at Madison Square Garden, please leak the sound check. I don't care if you ruin something. Matter of fact, the sound check doesn't mean they're going to play it. And that's for a lot of different bands. They may be trying to hear how it sounds in an arena or stadium. And then maybe they play it down the road. Maybe it doesn't sound right and they abort it. They never play it. They scratch it off the list or they don't even put it on the set list. But just to see they were sound checking Sweet Emotion earlier this in the morning hours of November 27th. I thought, okay, this is gonna be dope. Like if they're sound checking that, I know it's okay. It's a cover. It's not one of their best covers, but it's a cover. Hey, they're gonna be doing something different. If they're doing that, I don't care. And you know what? Even though they sound check Sweet Emotion, we got to You Never Know to start off. We got to Kill the King. Fam, we have a Sleep to Dream Her. It's a rare song. Break Free. It doesn't get played that often. So to get these songs played, I don't care if you leak it. I don't care if I walk in seeing that it was sound checked. As long as we get these songs, as long as we have a balance. Come Tomorrow, I personally like aspects of Come Tomorrow, but I don't want to hear all of Come Tomorrow. We heard a lot of it all summer. And the fans that are going to these winter tour shows, most likely they went to the summer tour shows. So I'm glad that they only played 4 songs from the new album. And the songs they picked here on out, again and again, I love these songs. She, not too much of a fan of. I love grunge, but I don't like D&B grunge and She. But, you know, hey, they played it. It is what it is. Samurai Cop is Samurai Cop. I mean, I thinking of like I have friends that have babies, and I actually mentor the youth, and I work. My mom works and runs our church daycare. So that whole Samurai Cop thing resonates with me because I remember these kids when they were born, and now they're like 15, and I feel old now. But other than that, it doesn't need to be played as much. So I'm kind of impartial, but I do understand the power of it as a parent. I'm not a parent, but people who are parents. But all right, so that, and then someone did complain about two-step. This is just one person on D&B family. I put it on my Twitter. Someone's always going to complain about two-step. Guys, can we stop complaining about two-step? Great song, but it's been played a million times. Please chant Halloween. Don't chant two-step. And Mike, yeah, You Never Know, Kill the King. Yeah, R.I.P. to Royce. Those songs were ones that he made special when he was here on Earth with us. But yeah, someone's gonna complain about two-step. That's just how it is. They can have a historic set like this for this time of the band. It's a historic set to have all these songs, but someone's gonna complain. And then so we have again a lot of these special things here, and this is where, and shout out to my boy Peter Gamble. This is the man who got me to go to my first D&B show in 2012, even though I was a fan prior to that. Slightly, you know, I had the hits and things like that. But he brought up a point. He was at the opener in 2010 in Hartford, Connecticut. CT, what up? But he was at that show, and this has similar feelings of that 2010 show. You had a JTR. You had a Break For It song debut. You had a bunch of liberations, a bunch of stuff that hadn't been played for a while. And one of the things that my boy Pete brought up is after that 2010 show, a lot of these rare songs, JTR and Break For It, weren't played more than 3 or 4 times the entire summer. So it brings up the question, is this a one-off show? Are we going to get everything that was special about this show in future shows? That's the big question. Now, it's different because this is a fall tour. It's a very short Eastern time zone based tour. So maybe they do bring a lot of this stuff back for this part of it where, you know, with D&B, they do tend to, when there's a full summer tour, bring some stuff at the beginning of the tour that doesn't make it to the end unless it's the Gorge. So I hope that a lot of this stuff is seeing more Kill the King, you know, the You Never Know, Sleep to Dream Her. If it's played 2 to 3 more times, that's fine. It doesn't have to be played every stop. But hey, it'd be cool for people to experience that have been chasing that song. Sweet Emotion, same thing. I think it's a good song. It's a cover that sounds good, but I'm not like head over heels for it. But I would love to see some of this. I'd love to see Say Goodbye and You Never Know, which have been played somewhat recently. I got Say Goodbye and SPAC Night 1, Dave and Tim. 2017. This was the first time it was played since 2016, full band, back when Boyd was in the band. But hopefully that gets some shine as well. But that's the big question. Is this a one-off? Is the next show going to have a bunch of Come Tomorrow, where we have 8 Come Tomorrow jacks? Hopefully not. I hope there's a 3 to 4. Shoot, just play 2 or 3 songs from Come Tomorrow. I love how they're bringing back this. They're bringing that beat back and playing these old Dirt Hill songs to bring them back. And also, I like how you got some what was the Batson Session stuff, Kill the King and Break Free, to have those songs. It's almost like they're giving a nod to the fact that it leaked. I don't know, maybe not, but I like how they're bringing it back. I like how Mr. Buddy Strong fits into these songs. And wow, what a good first show from just listening to clips. Michael says, Shotgun, A Dream So Real, and Rooftop. Shotgun and A Dream So Real, I really hope. And Rooftop, I'm on off. I love the breakdown of Rooftop. That live breakdown of Rooftop was one of the best things the band has done with Away From the World, bringing something to life that is different than the studio version. So yeah, hey, bring a Rooftop. I would love Rooftop. I just don't want If Only and Mercy. I don't want If Only. I don't want Mercy. Play the riff. Play Rooftop. Play Broken Things. Hello, band. Hey, band. Broken. Remember you guys played Broken Things in 2012 for the winter tour there, or fall. That technically was winter. It was a little later in the year, in December. But Broken Things. If you're gonna bring back some recent stuff, Broken Things would be awesome. Also to note, Big Whiskey, one song from Big Whiskey. I like that. And again, great album. Lying in the Hands of God is amazing. Dive In, underrated. Dive In is underrated. I would love to hear Dive In, but we've gotten a lot from this. Even a Time Bomb I wouldn't mind, but I like how, hey, there's only one Big Whiskey song. Look what happens. You have one Big Whiskey song. You reduce Come Tomorrow to 4. You don't play Away From the World. Again, I like some of the deep cuts and some of the special stuff they don't play. And this opens up all these liberations, all these special moments for the band. And then even with Crash, the only song you play is Say Goodbye. That's awesome. I mean, I love Crash. I love 41. I love Two Step. But when the only song from Crash is Say Goodbye, that's dope. I mean, there's not much to complain with set-wise for this. You get Satellite, but hey, you have to go to the bathroom somewhere. You get Samurai Cop, again, you have to go to the bathroom. Although, again, I like the message of the song. Michael say, listen to Big Whiskey. A couple, yeah, the last several days. Yeah, I mean, I just think the Sevens and the You and Me's, they don't need to be played as much. Just tone them back. But the dive-ins and even the way it is with Buddy, he does a little effect on the modulation on the keys. So I like that in 2018, which I got in Hartford, I believe. But again, just the changes of this. Gray Street goes back towards the end of the set. It was in the beginning of the set in 2018. But, wow, I'm hitting up 20 minutes. But what do you guys think? Definitely like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you, Michael, for staying up late. I got 3 people on, and it's 1:51 a.m. But it's your boy, ConcertViz34. I'm on Instagram now, folks. So, at ConcertViz34 on Twitter and Instagram now. And when I get to shows, whether it's DMB this Sunday, I'm going to Maxwell, the R&B singer, a week from Friday. I will be putting up content on Instagram and Twitter and doing reviews on here. So, I have DMB and Maxwell to end off this year. And next year, a bunch of shows that I'm planning to go to. Hopefully going to the Gorge for the first time. Have the vacation time already set. Just got to figure out the logistics and finances of how many nights I'm going to go. But definitely like, comment, subscribe. Thank you for the support, guys. I know I talked pretty long. But it just, what a great night into this morning. We'll see what happens with MSG and some of the other stuff that's coming up. So we have, let's see, we're going to look at, it's a short tour, but I'm forgetting stuff. So, yeah, we have the 2 New York nights, 29th and 30th. I'll be at Mohegan 12/2. We go up to Manchester, New Hampshire, and Albany. Those are the next 5 shows. So we'll see what happens with those, see what they bring out at MSG, the best place to watch an arena show. I've seen Billy Joel there twice and a couple other acts as well. Basketball, college basketball, NBA basketball. It's probably one of my favorite venues, if not my favorite. So have fun out there, guys, at MSG. It's your boy, ConcertViz34. I'm out. Peace.